Yeah, he ain't got turned dead, but I know who he is because his mother worked for that man for years.
Oh,
yep.
Well, each one of my boys looked just like me, but they had hair. And I'm like, especially my oldest one, he's like a really hairy. His nickname is Sasquatch, right?
Oh man.
And he comes from his mother's family and everything. Well, he looks just like you, except for the hair. The nurse goes,
Hey, my friends, man, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Man, I hope you've been really well. You know, I'm so sorry for my absences, and I'm not dead. Everything is good, and it's just been wild and crazy. So I have teenagers now, and the one hasn't been in band, the other one has been in cross country, and now the older one's even getting basketball. So I'm at that I guess that point in my life, that season, if you will, where my time is just really constricted based off of my family obligations. Now, I wish, I could be with you every Sunday like I used to, and I'm still trying. I've batched a bunch of videos at squirrel camp. In fact, that's kind of what I'm tidying up from. I'm cleaning up from squirrel camp, and I'm going to put that together and all those, so you'll be seeing several videos about squirrel camp and some other things. But anyhow, I still got some cleaning up to do, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the chase. I asked the guys, some of my friends that I'm going to introduce you to at squirrel camp, a couple questions. And the first question that we're starting off with is, what's the one thing that they wouldn't want to leave home without to go camping? And they're all bringing out their items or artifacts to share with you, and some of them are pretty daggone unique, not something that I didn't even expect, and I'm sure you'll find it the same way. So let me tidy up a little bit, and we'll get through a couple of them, and I'll catch up with you again. So here, thanks guys. Hey Tom, when you go camping, what is the one thing that you don't leave home without?
The one thing I don't leave home without is my Marbles Ideal knife. It's a great tool. You can use it for anything from cutting up some dinner to cutting up some game when you're out hunting.
Hey Jerry, when you go camping, if you go hunting, what is the one thing that you don't leave home without?
Well, actually, I became a really fanatical minimalist in my backpacking days, and I was trying to think of what I would actually need, and basically just got down to some food and something to stay warm at night, and really didn't need anything else. So, my worst little ordeal marathon backpack was 56 miles that I covered in 44 hours, held up by the heat. And that excursion, I only wore a pair of shorts. That was my extent of my clothing. And I had a small clutter sack with just a couple days of rations in it, and an inadequate water supply of 5 quarts, being a very hot day. I needed about 3 times that much. But that's all I took, and I survived, and as Nietzsche says, it made me stronger. What else can I tell you?
Tell us about the coat that you're wearing.
Oh, this is a fantastic story. I bought this coat in 1982 from the Cockpit, famous for flight jackets at the time. And then about 1990, I started doing some really serious weight training. My shoulder muscles popped out, and suddenly none of my clothes fit, including, unfortunately, this jacket. So I gave it away or sold it. And then last year, on a whim, I decided to look on eBay to see if there was anything like it available. And out comes the very same coat that I had 40 years ago, only in a larger size, and still new after being 40-some years old. So, I snapped that up, and here it is. I love this coat. Really glad to have it back again.
Well, for hunting, this is a Remington number 11. My grandpa owned it. My dad grew up hunting rabbits with it. It's a 16 gauge Sportsman model. I've just started using it, but it just have something my family used growing up. It's just really enjoyable to me. I've got lots of things my family used, tools and such, but for hunting, this would be probably my pick. Yeah, this is based off of Browning Model 5, Auto 5. just a really unique gun because with the recoil, the barrel itself moves back to help with recoil. And this is a sportsman model, so it only holds 3 shells to make it legal. They used to hold 5, but this is it's a really unique gun for the time period. It's kind of ahead of its time. I just really enjoy using it. It's got the poly choke, which was from 1912. You can adjust your choke on the fly, depending on what you're hunting. I just really enjoy this. It's just more unique than most.
So like I said before, how have you been? I missed you guys. I really have. I love the conversations, and I know I'm getting worse and worse and worse about responding to your guys' comments, but trust me, every time you guys leave a comment, I truly appreciate it, and I try to answer the questions. And I know when you guys leave some feedback or whatever, people read those comments. So you're not just leaving it for me, you're leaving it for everybody. So even though I don't respond to it, just know that I appreciate you, and it's helping other people, and it's also helping me. So I want to say that, and I want to reassure you, thank you, thank you. So many of you probably don't even know what squirrel camp is, and I was so busy tidying up, I didn't really do a good job of explaining it. So once a year, at the second to last weekend of October, a bunch of us who are into the early 20th century camp crafting community, we head down to Dave Canterbury's property at the Pathfinder School. He's been hosting it. This is his second year, and he's agreed to host it again next year, which we sincerely appreciate. And we hunt squirrels, but mostly because squirrels are only active so many hours in a day, we just do a lot of sitting around the campfire and doing camp tasks and talking to each other. There's even a trade blanket where people brought some items that they swapped here and there. It's a great time. It's what I wanted a hunting camp to be, and all I had to do was just arrange it. The people came and they made it a reality. So if it's something you're interested in, the space is limited, and people who have participated before, they always get first dibs. The max space is 24 people, and I think we got about 5 more seats left for next year. So if it's something you're really interested in, what you should do is join the Camp Crafters Guild, www.honorableoutfitters.com/the guild, because, well, I'm the one that's hosting it, and that's my kind of group, my page and all that stuff. But you can also go on Bannerman's on Facebook group. That's Sarge Vining's Facebook group, which is really awesome because people get news on there really well too. And don't forget Nathaniel Logson's Amalgamated Order of Motor Campers as well. So I think that covers all the bases about the squirrel camp. But I also want to update you guys about the Preston Mess Kit, which, here we go. This is the Preston Mess Kit. I haven't talked about it in a while, and this is getting reproduced. Now, where are we at on the Preston Mess Kit? We have less than 100 available. Some people have asked for refunds, so I've given them the refunds. If that's you, I really appreciate you for putting your trust in me to begin with. So I guess October over in India is kind of like their big holiday month. Kind of like what Christmas season is here in the United States. Whether you're Christian or not, you're impacted by Christmas, right? Let's be real. So over there, October is their big month, so they're a little bit behind, but this is going to air on Sunday, right after Halloween. So that'd be 1st, 2nd. It's going to be on November 2nd. So the people that I contacted are supposed to give me quotes by Monday. So hopefully I can give you an update next Sunday and send out the emails and everything in regards to that, because I'm as anxious as you are. And we've come this far. So anyhow, that's where the quote is at. All right, so that's enough of me rambling. Let's get back to camp, shall we? Because I've got a few more friends that have some more things to say. I almost forgot. At the beginning of this video, you saw me hang up this Ohio flag. That's from Bob. Bob was at our first squirrel camp, our inaugural squirrel camp. And he lives here in Ohio as well. He's a good friend to Dave and James and Nathaniel, Sarge, and I. And he hung this on my tent last year as me being the host. And this year, he told me to hold on to it so I can bring it next year, and the year follows, the year follows. So we got a little bit of Bob with us in all the videos in the future until next squirrel camp, where I'll take it with me. So Bob, if you're watching this, I appreciate you, man. It was just a pleasure camping with you and chatting it up with you around the campfire a little bit. Hey Bob, what's the one thing that you wouldn't leave home without, to go hunting, to go camping? What's your pride and joy?
I would say this little bit nippy this weekend, and I brought the bear skin. And I, again, got the idea for this from watching Nathan Logston's video. He talked about the bear skin a little bit, and I saw this at the flea market, and it was fairly cheap, so I grabbed it, and it really makes a difference, like the last couple nights. Even though I've got a decent military sleeping bag hid in there, this over the top really polishes it off.
So I always like to bring my steel skillet, either a cold handle frying pan or one like I'm using right now. I'll show you when we look inside. A folding handle skillet, so it packs a lot easier. I love bacon and eggs, and I cook a lot of meat and things like that. And I just love pan frying things over the fire. And of course, it's also good if you want to do cereals, warming up water. You can use it for dishes later on. Just kind of a multi-use item. So that'd be the one thing that I would always want to take with me.
Hey Dave, when you leave home, what is the one thing you wouldn't want to leave without, or what's your pride and joy?
Well, if I'm going to camp, then it would probably be this original Wildy wool blanket, which isn't made anymore. It's hand loomed right here in America by a woman who used to make wool blankets for the reenacting world, and they're fairly rare, but they're really, really warm. Last night it got down to 33 degrees, and this is basically the only blanket I had other than a wool shard that goes over top of it or underneath it, and then I just have a sack right here I just wad my coat up into, and that's my pillow. So yeah, probably wouldn't leave home without that if I was going to camp. Now, if I'm just going on a hike or a scout or something like that, then it's a little different story. I usually keep a skillet or a canteen with me all the time, and I'd have to say that this old folding handle forestry skillet right here is probably my favorite. It's the perfect size, works out real well. Kind of hard to get a hold of, but definitely does the job. Carbon steel skillet that the handle folds under on is the win, without a doubt, because it'll nest into anything packed small and light. It's carbon steel, so you don't have to worry about it too much. You just keep it clean. And I'll tell you what, you cook some dandy food in that bad boy.
Hey Russell, when you go hunting, camping, or whatever, what is the one thing that you wouldn't want to leave home without?
So this here is called a sad iron, and it was patented in I'm having a hard time reading it. November 14th, 1876. And you can pick these up pretty inexpensively. I like to tinker with stuff, so I redid it. It was pretty busted up. This is a mica window, and what's nice about it, it was used. Women used them back before they had electricity to heat their irons up for ironing. But I use it to take the edge off of my tent when it gets kind of cold. And you can also use it, it has a carrying handle on it, so you can use it as a lantern, and you can actually heat up a cup of coffee or do your coffee right on top of it. So it's kind of multifunctional. Came without a lid, so I went to the hardware store and got a piece of plumbing and ground it down so it would fit. But it's a Florence sad iron.
Can you walk us through the basic operation? You don't have to light it, but just walk us through.
Yeah, so the way this works, it was, like I said, it was pretty messed up. So it was actually backwards. And the way it works is you have this little lever here, and you open it up, and then the wick is controlled by this little handle here, and you light it and you adjust it. If you get too high, it blows some black smoke. but that snaps in place. And basically that's all there is to it. When you're ready to put it out, you just bring this down and give it a little blow, and she goes out. But it works really good, I mean, and multifunctional. So I highly recommend them. I think I picked this up on eBay for like $47. And like I said, needed some work, but you know, if you're handy, it's a pretty cool little project.
One of the things that I like to do at Squirrel Camp is give people something to take back with them. Last year was the inaugural year, and I've made these little buttons, which was based off of 1920s, 1930s buttons. Some states issued buttons, other states issued paper. And of course, I still got to get the name of Dalton on this thing because he won the Camp Cup. That dude had, I think, 7 squirrels over the week and weekend. So his name's going to be put up there. That's going to get updated. But I got these a little late. Dalton actually went home with the original 1925 Ohio hunting license that I purchased to try to make copies. But it was in such degraded condition on the backside, I wasn't able to make out all the words and things. So I went ahead and I ordered 2 more. One is dated 1920 and the other one dated 1926. And there are some nuances on the backside of this. So I'm reproducing these. I'm trying to figure out how to do the print on fabric paper. I know that they make it, so I've never done it before I make the investment. I'm just trying to learn a little bit about it. But yeah, they're getting a reproduction of these, going to get mailed to them. And they also was given a little membership card. And that was sent by Edward from last year, who was the winner. Him and his son won the Camp Cup last year. And I was able to give those to all the participants. So Edward, if you're watching us, thank you again for doing that. All the guys loved it. Now, if you like this video, please click like because it helps other people find it and we appreciate it. If you're interested in getting that press and mess kit, in the description box below, there's a link, learn about it. And if you want to see the video about the press and mess kit, all you have to do is click this video here. If you'd like to see the playlist of all my historic camp crafting videos, and check it out here. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Give a kiss to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys next time. It's been a pleasure. Take care.